A few days ago, I interviewed Federico Zons about Zephyr, his anarchist fantasy game of fleeting identities. And he's been very kind to send me a box so I could take a look at it and find out if this game is actually worth the amount of money that you have to pay to get your hands on it. Welcome to the GMS Magazine Unbooking RPG videos. You know, I like the idea of Zephyr because it does an awful lot of very different things. For starters, you're going to become you are the embodiment of the feelings and emotions of this massive world called Ophoi, which is a sentient creature in and on itself. And also, mechanically speaking, you're going to play a kind of rock, paper, scissors game with the GM where you're going to have some tokens in your hand and you're going to have to compare with the number of tokens in the hand of the GM to find out who's winning the action at the time. That's roughly how it works. There's more to it than that, but if you listen to the interview, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. The whole artwork of the game has been done by Federico, so they could do exactly what they wanted for the look and feel. And now I have this beautiful box, which I was not expecting at all. I thought I was going to be getting just a book, but no, this is something different. This is something very nice. So let's take a look and see what it is, what comes in here. Shall we? Well, first let's take a look at the cover. The cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I love these creatures in here who are kind of the emotions. These are the embodiment of Ophoi, as the planet, the land evolves and lives its life, and you're going to be performing tasks for Ophoi. The whole style is really cool. I love the color palette and what Federico's done with it, and considering that they have to learn to draw to do this is just absolutely fantastic. The back of the box is a very elegant, very nicely designed, with some tiny little bit of info about the game itself. And let's take a look at what is inside the box. The first thing I like to see is how thick this cardboard is. Look at that. This is a box that's going to last for ages and ages. And if my box has been, a little bit damaged on transiting here, as you can see, which to me just makes it into a limited edition. I don't really mind for this kind of damage. I don't even want to imagine what it must be like if this box had been thinner. So yeah, we get 2 different maps of Ophoi with its different areas and what they mean. In Ophoi, in Zephyr, we're going to find that the different colors, your cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, are going to be the colors of the emotions. This is going to be us. And they very much match with the rest of the map in terms of color, which is lovely. And it looks delightful. Really, really delightful. Inside the box, we get the book, which, to be honest, I was not expecting to get a box. But this feels so luxurious. It feels like it is a proper quality production. The size of the book is completely different. This is not an A4 or an American letter size game. They've gone the whole way to do something really unique. And it's wrapped, and underneath, we get a transparent bag with some tokens that we can see in here. These are the tokens that we're going to be playing with, and they come in the colors that represent Ophoi itself, so yellow, magenta, cyan, and gray. And they are absolutely beautiful. And we also get this cute little bag with Oricana's logo. That's Federico's company. That looks absolutely delightful. The padding in here, inside the box, there's nothing else inside the box. It doesn't need anything else, and the padding makes for an absolutely indestructible book, which is very, very good indeed. So let's put it aside and let's open the book and take a look at what it is like inside. And I'm expecting really great things. And I think I am not going to be disappointed. So, the cover is the same as the box, which you would be expecting. And the back is exactly the same as the box. So if you find that in a bookstore, you're in your friendly local gaming store, you can be surprised that it is going to be the same. The binding, the cover, it feels really thick. I mean, it's absolute quality. I love how good it feels in your hand. And the paper is smooth, really smooth and very, very shiny. The color of the illustrations is very good. They may feel a little bit washed out because of my camera, the top camera, but believe me, these are really, really nice colors. It is very cool. The layout is good. My goodness, you get enough separation between paragraphs. Can you see how this is a lot easier to read than a game without separation? It feels so much better. Every page has obviously been very carefully crafted to look as good as possible with all the artwork. And artwork there is so much of. Is absolutely beautiful. Federica mentioned during our interview, which I would recommend that you listen to because it is very, very nice. And he was very gracious to give me an awful lot of time, but he has explained so much of the game itself. For starters, what it plays like, you know, the mechanics and the mechanisms of how this game plays, how it goes along. Why there are some pages in here that are like comic books. The whole thing feels lush, really, really lush. It's kind of like a serious fairy tale. I cannot help but getting this feeling of, even though there is a lightheartedness to the whole game, but it feels like there is a serious message behind. It doesn't hide in its darkness either. There are some scary illustrations around. So I'm guessing that it's not going to be all, hey, let's go and collect berries in the fields, sort of adventuring. There's a lot more in here than meets the eye. And there's some scary, scary monsters around. So that is Zephyr, and I have to say, as production values, this could be high up there with Agatha Studios productions in terms of quality. This is so beautiful, so movingly beautiful, so well thought out. I was expecting something cool because I know Federica's work in the past from when they published Nibiru, and Nibiru is not just an absolutely incredible concept, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. But this is something else. The way that the artwork intertwines with the theme and how it carries the weight of the atmosphere is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I could be taking a look at this just for hours. This is actually brilliant. I mean, I love this. I really, really like this. If you have already played this game or you've already taken a look at it, I would love to hear what you have to say. So please, 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 please send me your comments down there in the show notes, or get hold of me on social media, Blue Sky or on Facebook, and I would be really happy to hear from you, or on podcast@gmsmagazine.com. But until the next time, thank you very much indeed for being there. It is genuinely appreciated, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Take care.